guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do a tutorial for aging hooded eyes. They are quite pesky to work with depending on the level of hoodidity, and I thought I would do a tutorial just for this is an everyday look for hooded eyes. It's quite straightforward, and if you want to see how I got this look, then keep on watching. So starting off, I've just done the one eye so that you can see the transformation from this to this. To start off, I'm going to do my brows. So I'm just going to use the spoolie on my eyebrow pencil. Just brush those up. My brows are quite thin, so I like to thicken them up a little bit. So I use quite a thick eyebrow pencil, just because it's quick and I don't like to faff about too much with my brows, but it definitely just lifts the eye. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to apply a little bit of my Benefit brow gel. This stuff is amazing. It sticks like glue. Your eyebrows are not going anywhere with this. Really good. And then for today, I'm going to be using a Wet n Wild palette. Can't remember the name of it, but I'll link it down below if it still has the name on. And this is just a nice, easy, quick alternative. So I'm going to start off using the bottom shade in my crease and all over the lid. So just going to take a bit of that on a blending brush, and I'm just going to apply it all over the lid. And because of my hooded eyes, I do tend to take that crease color quite high, so I'll take it up about there just to give the illusion of some depth. So this is going to make the lid recede, look like I've got a lot more eye space than I actually have. And this is nice. It's a nice transition all over shade. It's not too obnoxious. And these palettes are quite easy to blend. You can always go in with a little bit later. So once I've done that, just put a little bit more. I just like to deepen it up quite a bit, especially as this is such a light color. And I try and keep the color in line with my brows, so you don't want to go beyond that line, because otherwise it's going to pull your eye down even more. But you can always clean that up at the end, so don't worry too much about being perfect at this stage. So once I've done that, I'm going to go in onto my upper lid with this grey taupey color, and it's got a little bit of shimmer in it. And I'm going to take a big eyeshadow brush like that, and I'm just going to just wet it slightly just to make this color a little bit more intense. So just going to dab some of that over the lid. And it's just got a nice little bit of shimmer. Just pop that all over the lid. And then while I'm busy with the light colors, I'm going to take a pencil brush, and I'm going to take the same transition shade that I used all over the lid, the top one, and I'm just going to use that to gently line the lower lid. I don't want anything too dark or heavy on the lower lid, because again it will pull your eye down. So we're just going to gently put a little bit of that on there. And then to define the outer corner, I'm going to go in with this dark black sort of brown shade at the bottom, and I'm going to use just a small flat makeup brush, and I'm just going to pat that onto the inner corner, and then I'm going to take it onto my lid. So you're doing a kind of a 7, a reverse 7. Just patting it on. And when your eyes are hooded, they've lost a little bit of volume, so the skin is not as taut as it used to be. So I find that the best way to do this is just to be very gentle and just to pat the color on and not sweep it, because you're going to make a bit of a mess because the lid is not taut. So once I'm happy with that, just put a little bit more in the outer corner, just a tiny bit more. Once I'm happy with the placement of that, I'm going to go in with my big blender, my big eye blending brush. Love this guy. I love him to bits. And then just going to blend that all out so that you don't have any harsh lines with the black. And I'm blending towards my nose because I don't want to get pigment over here. So I'm just keeping everything blended towards the nose. Just blending that out just to make sure that there are no harsh lines. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm just going to go back in with the crease brush that I used for the color all over the lid. I'm not going to put any more product on here, but I'm just going to use it to gently diffuse the color, just to make extra sure that everything is blended. And just take off anything that might have fallen down. You can use a cotton bud or a makeup wipe. It really doesn't make any difference. You just want to keep that nice and clean. And then I'm going to go onto the brow bone. I'm going to take a little bit of highlight. I'm using the highlight that's in here, that shade. It's very, very powdery and chalky, so I just dab a bit onto my highlighting brush and I just make sure I tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to gently pat it along the brow bone. And that just gives the eye a little bit of a lift. And then I'm just going to make sure that that transition shade is blended. We don't want a line. We just want it to graduate into the highlight. So just blend, blend, blend. And now for a little bit more definition on the eye, I'm going to take an Inglot. This is a purple eyeliner, and this is just to define the lower lid slightly. So I'm just going to put a little bit on. It's not a dark purple or anything like that. It just does give a little bit of definition, because you do want a bit of definition, but you don't want a dark shade that's going to pull the lower lid down. And then for the upper lid, I'm going to line the lash line with an eyeliner pen. This is from Essence. It's cheap as chips, about 50 bucks. And I really like it because it's got a very, very fine brush point. And I just use it to gently define the lid where my eyelashes meet the lid. So it's not strictly an eyeliner that you can necessarily see, but it's just giving a little bit of definition there. You can also tight line the upper lid, but I prefer doing this because I don't like to put liners in my eye. I prefer to keep them on top. So my eye's watering a little bit. And then once I'm happy with that, I'm going to apply mascara. I'm using this little sample that I got from Elizabeth Arden. I'm really enjoying this. I love the brush that it comes with. And because there can often be some transfer when you apply mascara, when you've got hooded eyes like mine, it can sometimes transfer onto the lid, and it's most annoying. So what I do is I just gently lift the lid slightly to separate the lashes from the lid, and then I go in with the mascara, and I do a couple of coats of this just to give as much definition as possible, just to create a wide open effect. We are basically done. So that, guys, is a finished look. I hope you enjoyed. Please give this video a thumbs up. Please subscribe, leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.